Hi everybody and welcome to my Lena Mystic channel. Today's reading is going to be on what your spiritual abilities and gifts are. There are 7 sections, a little bit more than what I normally do, but I figured we all have different spiritual abilities and gifts. So this is just going to narrow a few of them down. We have group 1, which is rose quartz, group 2, which is black obsidian, group 3, the amethyst cluster, group 4, clear quartz, group 5, malachite, group 6, tiger's eye, group 7, citrine. Pick whichever crystal or group section speaks to you, and if you want to, you can pick multiple groups or sections, but please pick what best speaks to you, what's calling out to you. Maybe something's just different about that particular group for you and you're drawn to it. Pick that group that you're most drawn to. Alright, and if you haven't picked already, we're going to go ahead and move forward, so you can go ahead and pause the video. Group 1, rose quartz. Alright, so we're going to start with the Emperor. This card tells me that you are a strong individual and that you probably have a strong throat chakra, which means you are probably a good speaker. And this means that people probably listen to you or they hear you out. Like you basically have a strong voice. Maybe in the past you used to read poetry or make speeches or something like that. Like you're asked to speak most likely a lot of the time. I definitely sense that you're a great leader. Like you're meant to be a leader. You're meant to lead. You're a strong leader. You're probably pretty good at organizing things as well, and this could be events or this could even be files. Like whatever it is, you're probably good at organizing it and putting things together. You're also very protective, and this could be of your family, of yourself, of your loved ones, whoever it is, you're pretty protective of them. So right here, you have a strong throat chakra, which means you have a strong voice. You're a great leader. These are your gifts. And you're very protective. So you're a protector, a leader, and a speaker. This tells us that you work very hard. You try to put your best foot forward in all that you do. You are very driven, and you're driven towards a purpose. So if you have picked out a purpose in your life, you're most likely putting all that you can into it. You're doing the research that you need to do. You're creating things so that you can get there. I also sense that you're pretty tired and probably overwhelmed. So take some time to rest and allow yourself to get the help that you need. I can also sense that you're very independent. So you know that you're self-sufficient and that you can do things on your own. But you also need to be thinking about your health when it comes to you doing everything by yourself. Just make sure you ask for help more often, because sometimes these lows that are on your back, they keep you from truly doing your best. And I know that you strive very high for expectations to be fulfilled. For this card, I sense that you can be pretty aggressive. Like you come off as aggressive to some people. They don't really see it as you trying to help. They see it as you coming off as aggressive. So just be cautious about how you say things, because you are a great leader. It's just people may not, firsthand, people may not understand the way you're coming off, because it just comes off as aggressive, but it really is just because you're a powerful spirit. You have a powerful voice. I also sense that you're very courageous and brave, and you don't really let fear overpower you, which is such a great gift. Like, you have a lot of great gifts, and courage is one of those very strong gifts. I also see that you like to confront ignorance, which is amazing. I honestly wish I did that more. Confronting ignorance is a really big thing, really important, a great trait. And this is your affirmations card, which brings me back to this one. Remember when I said this one is you working hard a lot and you not really asking for help. And it's ironic that we get this affirmation card, which says, I welcome support. So allow people to support you, allow you to get the help that you need, because you're not getting the rest that you need. So you definitely need the help that you can get. And this says, I welcome support. My relationships nourish my soul like the Southern Alps support this land. And that is all for your reading. And I hope that you own up to these beautiful spiritual gifts that you have. You have a lot of them. Group 2, Black Obsidian. We're going to start with the Judgment card. Excuse me, sorry guys. I've been kind of trying to let that sneeze out and it wasn't coming out. So, you have the Judgment card. This right here tells me that you are about to open, if you haven't already, a very spiritual side of yourself. You're about to be reborn and you're about to awaken. And this means that you're probably going to be finding your higher purpose. You're probably going to be leaving another purpose that you had in plan, but it doesn't feel right anymore. Like, this feels like this is a part of you. And I sense that you may have some fear about it, but trust and believe that this journey, this awakening, this rebirth, it's going to invoke your fears so that you overcome them and that you don't let anything in your way stop you from what your true purpose is. So also, I sense some type of intuition. So you probably have psychic abilities, and your intuition is probably trying to guide you and lead you. I also sense that you're meant to be a motivator, and that you probably understand people on a different level. And I don't think you judge very much, or at least don't judge out loud very much. But you understand that everybody makes choices based off of what they've learned in life, how their life has been. And that's a really great aspect to have and trait to have of yourself, because this allows people to feel comfortable to talk to you, for you to guide them. You're probably a mediator. You're definitely going to be awakening to your higher purpose. And you're going to be leaving the past behind and moving on to your higher purpose, which is amazing. Six of Cups. Another one of your gifts is being able to connect with people, to communicate with people. And this could even be people that you don't know. They just feel comfortable speaking to you. You're definitely very charming and tender. And you're also protective. You're a protective spirit. Six of Swords. You are meant to travel. You're meant to get around and around the world and just everywhere within the world, because you have such a big purpose. I definitely believe that you're meant to travel. And I just feel like you're a traveling spirit. You might be going through a recovery right now and leaving behind the things that you knew and trying to move on to the better things in life. I know that everything will be all right with you. And, you know, we all go through things. And right now you may feel like this is either rock bottom or this is just like not a good place to be at. And I definitely suggest you looking up videos like messages from my spirit guides or messages from the universe, what I need to hear from my angels, stuff like that. I even have a message from my spirit guides and messages from the universe video. I'll link that in the description below. You can go ahead and check that out. But it doesn't really matter who you look it up from. Just look it up from somebody and try to see what your message is from the universe and message from the spirit guides, so that you can get the answers that you've probably been looking for or trying to get lately. Definitely sense that you may feel like you're alone, but I hope you know that you aren't. Like, even when your body or your mind is telling you, yeah, I'm alone right now, you're not. Like, you're never alone. Your angels and guides are always here with you. They've been here with you since day one, and day one could have been hundreds of years ago. So let's just believe that we are not alone, that we're good, we're taken care of, everything is set in place where it's supposed to be. You're gonna be all right. Keep going through this recovery, keep healing yourself. You're doing amazing. And your affirmations is greatness is my right. This tells me that the universe speaks through you. See, it says, I allow the universe to work through me, accepting the success she gives. So start accepting the abilities that you have and working more towards owning them. And this also tells me that sometimes you might say something that feels like it wasn't you, or maybe you had the answer to something for someone that you had no idea that you even knew. And that tells me that the universe, your spirit guides, your angels, or their guides and angels are speaking through you. So once again, you have a voice. And like I said, you probably have intuition abilities and psychic abilities. Definitely start believing in your power, because it's stronger than you think. And do not believe that you deserve the bad things that you've gotten in life, because you are great. And being great, you deserve great things in life. Yeah, so greatness is definitely your right. Tell yourself that every day. Greatness is my right. And that is all for your reading. Moving on to group 3, Amethyst Cluster. Isn't that beautiful? So beautiful. I hope it's zooming into it. There we go. It's just gorgeous. I can't even remember who I got that from. A lot of these crystals were gifts to me. All right. Let's start with the Magician. This tells me that you have some absolutely strong magic within you. You have the gift of manifestation. And everybody has the gift of manifestation. And everybody has, all the spiritual gifts, but some of them are quite stronger and going to lead them towards their higher purpose. But your gift, your strong gift is manifestation. So start thinking about what you're putting out into the universe, because for manifestation, if you're putting out negative stuff, then that negative stuff is going to come for you. Manifestation is basically just the law of attraction. So make sure you're putting out good stuff. Like if you want something, speak it into present tense, because that will allow it to attract to you. Because your strong magic ability is manifestation. I don't know if you had this in your bloodline, maybe witches in your bloodline or something, but you are completely powerful in manifestation. You can attract the things that you want in life. I also see that you're pretty skillful and resourceful. And like I said, you can just create your reality, which is absolutely amazing. That's a beautiful gift. So start manifesting those desires you have. All right. And 9 of Wands. I sense that you're probably protecting something right now, and this could be yourself or someone else. I'm not sure. Maybe something that you got. I'm not sure what it is, but you're being kind of paranoid about it. Leave the paranoia behind, because like I said, you have strong manifesting abilities, and if you're manifesting this thing that you fear and you don't want in your life, you're getting exactly what you don't want to happen into your life. And let's avoid that. So let's start thinking more positively. Anything that you want, think of it more positively. Don't say I don't want fear. Say I want to be fearless. Don't say just try not to say a negative word when you are thinking about things. Try to say the positive word that coexists with it, like the opposite word of the negative word. So it should be I want. Try not to say I do not want this in my life, because you could still be attracting that. This card also tells me that you're very strong and courageous, which is also another overwhelmingly great gift. Being strong and courageous, tough and courageous, those are great qualities. Keep those up. And I definitely sense that you're a survivor too. Moving on to 8 of Cups. You are reflecting probably a lot in your life right now, and you're trying to figure out which way to go, what decisions to make, what path to follow, especially because you've probably had this path in mind, or maybe you haven't had a path in mind at all. But if you've had this path in mind and then you start discovering other abilities or gifts that you have within you, it gets kind of confusing. I know, because I went through it. And just start trusting your intuition. Try to remove fear when you think of what you want in life. Like, think, if fear did not exist, what is that one thing I want to do? I want to get. What is that thing that I want in life? If fear didn't exist, ask yourself that and go for that. Because fear is just in your head. Fear is basically you thinking of what could happen, which may never even happen across your path. So don't allow fear to stop you. Allow faith to keep you going. This also tells me that you're longing for change too, which also tells me that sometimes you've made decisions because of fear. I definitely see you going the other way. Whatever way you're going right now, I see you going the other way. Unless if you've already made this decision. But I definitely see you going the way where, fear is there. But it's like, who cares about fear? This may not even happen. you're definitely beginning to realize your true purpose in life. That's amazing. Your affirmation for the day is, I support my soul. So this tells me that you need to make sure you're taking care of yourself. Take time to yourself. Take a spa day. If you're a girl, paint your nails. Take care of yourself. Do things to let yourself know that you love yourself. Feed your body nourishing foods. And just take care of your inner self. Take some time to sit to yourself and think about what's going on. Take some time to create art or cook something that you enjoy cooking. Do things that you enjoy, and don't make it stressful. Just enjoy it. Enjoy. I know you guys probably hear my dog snoring in the background. He is knocked out. But this is it for your reading. Thank you for watching. Moving on to group 4, clear quartz. All right. So with the 3 of Swords, I see that you've most likely gone through an intensive, heartbreak. Something that was very intense for you. And this also tells me straight away that you're a wounded healer. So you're meant to heal. But you're one of those people who are healing people kind of because you went through a lot. And I see the deep heartbreak. And I see that you're trying to heal. And I even sense that you may be blaming yourself for how things panned out. But it's not your fault. Everything that has happened was supposed to happen. And it was for a lesson. So ask yourself, what did this teach me? What was this lesson for? And you have to ask yourself this question so that you ensure that this same thing doesn't happen again. Because in life, if we don't learn the lesson, it will happen again. Also remember that, yes, you may have lost something, but we always gain something better in the end. Or yes, you may have lost something, but it was for the greater good. I think that's all for this card. Like I said, you're a wounded healer. 8 of Swords. So, this tells me that you're battling with the pain right now. And you may even be trying to make a choice. Think about what you would do if fear didn't exist. Think about what you want to have and you would work to have if only fear never existed. And go for that option. There's a lot of frustration within you. And I see that you're feeling stuck and confused and just out of place. And you have to realize that there are a lot more possibilities than you think there are for you. This isn't going to be your forever suffering. This is very temporary for you to get your blessings. So keep healing and working on your heart right now. Definitely start asking yourself, what you really want in life for you, like for yourself, and make that happen. You have the potential to make that happen. And definitely on the way there, you're going to find answers and comfort within yourself, which is such a beautiful experience. Three of Pentacles. This tells me that you are a teacher, a speaker of truth. And you are meant to guide and teach others towards the truth. And your gift is a gift to guide and teach and mentor. And like I said, you're a wounded healer. You're healing people. And you probably work well in the community, and you're probably team-oriented. And you have high standards of service. Moving on to your affirmations card. This is something you should tell yourself, especially right now in the phase that you're in. I accept rebirth. Everything's starting fresh. There are things leaving your life right now. Accept that and allow these new things to come into your life, because this rebirth is going to be such a great transition, such a rewarding transition for you. You can't even see it right now, but I need you to trust it. You need yourself to trust it. The universe needs you to trust that they've got you. Let go of the fear and allow yourself to fly like a butterfly. You're no longer a caterpillar. You are spreading your wings. Don't be scared, because this is the best thing for you in your life right now. Let this rebirth happen. Those things that are leaving your life right now were meant to leave your life. They're meant to leave your life for your bigger blessings. And just trust that you are taken care of. And that's all for your reading right now, and I hope you enjoyed it. The Wounded Healer. All right, moving on to, let me put this away first. Moving on to group 5, Malachite. All right. This card tells me that you probably have someone, a lost loved one, watching over you and guiding you through life. And you're pretty protected in life. And these guiders are only an ask away for help. So if you need them, ask them for help. And I feel something very weird right now. Like, I feel like you've probably seen this lost loved one in a dream or something, and they've tried to give you a message, or you will be receiving a dream from them. And just try to pay attention to that message. Don't like take yourself out of the dream, you know. Try to focus and live in that dream as if it's very real for you, which tells me again that your intuition is pretty strong and you're pretty connected to the source, and you probably have psychic abilities. This also is a card that tells me that you're going to be very happy and liberated soon, probably celebrating something like a milestone at some point pretty soon in your life. And there's definitely going to be a celebration. This card also lets us know that you have a strong intuition. And there are a lot of options and possibilities that you could go in your life. So don't ever limit yourself. You have a lot of gifts and talents. And I see that you're pretty self-protective, and this could be due to your past or just watching the world and how the world is. I also see a financial stability coming to you if you haven't already received. And I see that you cling a lot to security, but don't be afraid to take the risk that your intuition is guiding you towards, because your intuition is very strong and powerful. Two of Swords. This tells me that you're possibly battling between two decisions. Probably the normal, the norm, what everybody else expects you to do, and then boom, the other one. Like, are people going to be okay with this decision, me making this decision? It doesn't matter. You need to ask yourself, what is your true purpose? And if you don't know that right now, then allow yourself to figure it out. Your intuition will guide you towards your purpose in life. It will let you know. And don't think of fear. When you think of what you want to do in life, excuse fear. Because normally the choice that gives you more fear when it comes to like lifelong decisions is the one that you should go for, because it just makes you feel happier, makes you feel more whole. Don't let fear get in the way of what your higher purpose is. And don't even think that you can only go one route. Maybe you can go two. Do not limit yourself. I see that you're very talented and you can do anything that you want to. And I definitely think you should start new. Whatever it is, start new, start fresh, start within yourself. I also sense that there's something pretty unresolved right now that needs some resolving. So think about what that might be and try to get some closure. And I see that you may be avoiding a final decision, but you gotta do it. Let's adult up. I also sense that you doubt yourself pretty often. But I also know that your gift is intuition, so definitely listen to your inner self. And don't let your fear be louder than your intuition. Basically let your faith be stronger than your fear. And your affirmations are, I do not stand alone, and I am worthy of love. So we're going to start with I do not stand alone. This is ironic that you have this card, because I just told you that you have somebody watching over you. If not just one person, it's multiple people or spirits. And you need to trust that you're not alone. And you need to ask for help for those that you know are really there for you. And like I said, your angels and guides and those of light are just an ask away. Like, just ask them when you need help, because a lot of the time when it's something simple, they can't, not something simple, but when it's something that you may be going through on a daily basis or something, they can't really help. They need you to ask them for help. So repeat this every day. I do not stand alone. And your next card is I am worthy of love. So no matter what heartbreak you went through, or no matter what anybody told you, you are worthy of love. Love is within you. Love is you. So you're worthy of yourself, right? You deserve love. Trust that. Feel that in your heart. And that is all for your reading. So keep owning your psychic abilities. Moving on to Group 6, Tiger's Eye. All right. So we're going to start with 9 of Cups. Trying to make sure you guys can see. There we go. So with 9 of Cups, I see that soon you're going to be very, very happy and emotionally secure, which is amazing. And I can see that you're going to be getting your wish. And a big part of this has to do with your new way of thinking. You have to think more positively and think about what you do have rather than what you don't. Which brings me to this card, which is the 5 of Pentacles. The 5 of Pentacles tells me that you have had a tough life and you're going through some things, but look at the coins in the background. They can't see them. They don't notice that their gifts are around them. Their blessings are already around them and surrounding them almost more than what the other things are. And I feel like you do, I'm looking at the purple and I feel like your intuition may be pretty strong. So your intuition may guide you. And don't be afraid to listen to your intuition. All right. And moving on to 7 of Pentacles. I see that pretty often you can be kind of concerned about things and impatient for results. And sometimes you may also second guess your efforts, which brings me back to you trusting your intuition. And notice that you have strong manifesting abilities, so use those manifesting abilities to your power. And moving on to your affirmations. This tells me, once again, that your manifestation needs to be specific to what you want in life. So, repeat every day, I express myself clearly. I express myself clearly. Say it over and over again every day. Every time you are wondering whether or not you do, just go ahead and say it. I express myself clearly. You need to speak this to the universe and speak to the universe what you want in life as if you already have it. And use your manifesting magic because your ability to manifest is pretty strong. And your intuition or psychic abilities are pretty strong as well. Listen to yourself. Yourself will guide you the right way. And that is all for your reading. Temperance. Alright. Drink a sip of water. Alright. We're going to, actually, we can start with 10 of Pentacles. This card tells me that you have many blessings coming your way. And I see wealth coming and stability. And I see that you're meant to have great things in life. I also see that you can communicate with people and maybe even animals and other living things on earth. So communication is probably one of your strong spiritual abilities and gifts. I'll do this one last. So 5 of Wands. This tells me that Actually, I'm going to go ahead and do this one. This one tells me that you are quite the peacemaker and you try to avoid conflict pretty often, and you can create calming within a lot of friction. You're definitely resourceful and you can integrate opposites, which is such a great power. And like I said, you don't like conflict. And being a peacemaker is a really great gift, but you have to remind yourself that sometimes conflict is needed as long as it's not too aggressive. But it's needed sometimes for healing. So definitely try to find the balance. And for Five of Wands, and the reason why I'm doing this one last is because it kind of has to do with this. So it looks like these two together are the balance. But these two separate is when you kind of fall off. So a lot of people believe that you just have to have this positive, all things are good type of thing going on, or you always have to be happy type of thing. But it's okay to be angry. It's okay to have conflict, because conflict gets you to where you need to be sometimes. And it's crazy because I absolutely love the movie Inside Out. If you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend you watching it. But this card basically shows me that there is a completely opposite side to this card. And this is where you do create conflict because you're probably fed up and you've had this fire building inside of you, because every time you try to peacemake, you let the situation just sit there. So make sure that you're not trying to avoid conflict, but trying to get through it in the most healthy way possible so that you don't start creating conflict, especially in places where it doesn't need to be. So if you're feeling something, speak it. Like, let people know how you're feeling, even if you feel like it might create a conflict, because it could fix one of your biggest issues and you never know. All right. And this card. This is your affirmations that you need to make sure you are repeating. I honor my body. Take care of your body. Feed your body the proper foods. Take time to just calm your body sometimes. Take some time to stretch your body. Maybe your body is going through some aches and pains. Just take the time to take care of yourself. And also believe that you look good and that you have been gifted a great looking body. And the more you tell yourself that you look good, the more you'll start to own it, believe it, and love your flaws. So love yourself all around. And that is all for this reading. Group 7, Citrine. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Let me know what videos you want me to do in the future. Don't forget to subscribe and like and follow me at LenaMystic1 on Instagram and Twitter. See you guys.